Yo, hello.
How you doing, man?
I'm doing good. What about you?
Not too bad. Remind me, what's your MMR?
Right now it's 5.6.
516?
No, 5.6.
Oh,
Like,
5.6.
yeah.
Yeah. And I know you're a carry player, and I remember us obviously what we talked about in the class. What are you here for today?
Well, I played another AM game, and I think I played a lot better on lane, but I still lost my game.
Sure. So would you like to look at the whole game or focus predominantly on a certain window? What would you like to do?
I think something happened on lane where all my team rotated to my lane, and I don't know what I should have done.
Sure. Let's check it out. Want to send me the
I
replay ID
um
here?
yeah, I'm sending you.
You can see my screen through Discord.
Yeah, I'm watching it.
Okay. Okay, you're against Lifestealer, Necro, Bounty.
I would say AM was the best pick, but I don't know. I think it's fun.
I'm not too concerned in general myself about um like basically what I would say is that if you would like to discuss drafting with me, that's perfectly fine. But unless you tell me you want to discuss drafting, I'm just going to treat it as I would as you picked anti-mage, here we are. You know what I mean? Does that sound good to you?
Yeah, no, it's okay. It's okay.
Would you like to talk about better picks or would you like to just stick to anti-mage?
No, I think I'm really stubborn with my hero. I think I would have picked Anti-mage, like whatever happens.
Okay, sure. I'm down for that. Orb of Frost to start, huh? Is that something you commonly do?
No, I'm just like playing really aggressive lately.
Oh, unfortunate fissure.
Yeah.
Okay, Orb of Frost paying off. I mean, I dig it. Not very many carry players play aggressive like this. I think it's a good trait, generally speaking. Nice. Yeah, this is much better than what I saw before. I think so what's really cool about this is if you're able to walk at the Death Prophet like this, I think then abusing, blinking back right now.
Oh, okay. So I don't take damage.
Yeah, so what it is that on every hero you play, you have to, there's like this arbitrary threshold of how far you want to chase, right? I think you know what I'm talking about. There's like some critical point for whatever reason that turning around is optimal, right? So
Yeah.
on a lot of heroes, or almost every hero, you have to walk away and then they hit you like 5 times, or 2 times, or 3 times, or whatever. So for me, I always judge based on comparing how much I'm going to hit them to also what I'm missing. So what I look at right here is that if I don't turn around right now, ignoring going on them, like ignoring the enemy here, if I don't turn around right now and deny this, then this range creep is going to live, which then results in the wave pushing like this.
Yeah.
So it's a combination of, okay, maybe it's suboptimal to continue chasing in regards to you'll take damage, but it's also a matter of lane equilibrium. So what I think you can start considering is when I'm aggressive, which I love to see this, like meaning it's very different than what I saw in the other replay, is that or the one that was like from like a week ago. Is that at the start of this I said I think it's really great when carry players are aggressive, but we got to reel it in a little bit. Like understanding, okay, why isn't every carry player aggressive? Like, why do a lot of people default to playing really safe? And I believe it's because of moments like this where your aggression up until this point was fantastic. And if we blink back, deny this melee creep, get this range creep and deny range, that's like chef's kiss. You dodge taking like 300 damage, and the lane equilibrium sits in front of your tower, and by the time you have next blink, Death Prophet can't even walk up anymore. Do you see like how that plays out?
Now.
Yeah. Do you have any thoughts or questions about that?
No, I think I definitely should have went back. My HP right now is like 500. 10 seconds later, it's gonna be like 200. So that's definitely the play.
Yeah, I guess my question is, do you feel like, based on what I'm telling you, that you'd be able to, over time, translate this into your gameplay? Like, my goal is when you're chasing them, to measure the optimization of chasing them versus lane equilibrium. So it's like thinking about this compared to this.
I would definitely like make it a habit. Like,
Okay.
I will try to implement it as much as possible in my games.
Yeah, my goal is that you feel like you understand how you might go about trying to implement that, is what I'm confirming. Do you feel like you have a clear idea?
Well, I need to focus. I need to focus on the creeps as well while I'm attacking, I guess.
Yeah, my suggestion is that when you are about to hit somebody, okay, I always describe creep equilibrium as like you're breathing. You do it all the time, you manage it all the time, but a lot of times it's just happening automatically. So honestly, it's funny because they talk a lot about mood regulation is through breathing exercises. And I think of lane equilibrium as like the same thing, where a lot of the time you're not even consciously doing anything. You've learned over a lot of periods of time to just adjust it. So what I'm basically trying to tell you is that you've learned creep equilibrium for like thousands of hours of Dota. Now I just want you to pay attention to it every time you make these decisions. Like, when I go, how long do I have to chase before I ruin the lane equilibrium? At what moment did I have to go back? You know what I'm saying? And then you'll start calibrating that moment. And then you will no longer even think about it anymore. You'll know, I can chase this guy this far. I can chase this guy this far. I can chase this guy this far. You know? Because when you left the creep wave, you'll have a good idea of how long you can go for. And it's not like I know it's 2.2 seconds. It's like, it's this feeling. You know what I mean? It's not like some exact number. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I get it. It's like you said, it's feeling. It's like different every time.
Yeah. Awesome. Okay. Yeah, so the only issue here now is the lane's pushing, which still get the kill, which is sick. Okay. Now we push it into their tower. Even pulls large. I think it would have been absolutely sick if you blinked over to pull small here.
Oh.
Do you even consider that?
No, I didn't think about it at the time.
Do you often pull camps at all?
I do mostly pull the big camp if I'm playing carry.
Do you feel like it's just... I guess my question is that when you're walking back here, I try to always make sure I think about both camps as being options. Other than telling you that, do you feel like I need to say anymore? Because I think if you're walking back away from a wave, which is kind of just implied that you're not farming anything.
Yeah.
The last thing I want is when the offlaner is not here, meaning there is no obstacle for you to be efficient right now. That's how I look at it. Bounty Hunter has no mana. Death Prophet's not even here. I would want one of two things. Hitting this camp, like literally killing these creeps and getting like a free big camp at minute 2, or pulling this. Like, I think either of those is good options.
Yeah, I think I should have pulled here.
You would have liked the pull better?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, either way, it's one of those where we rewind, you go up to the tower. This is the moment. You have like 3 seconds to process it. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, if you don't process in the next 3 seconds, you're going to be late. The goal is that if you're late, or at least to start processing it right here, and maybe in the future you're late a few times, but then your processing becomes faster, and then you're not late. So it's this moment. I always try to identify to people the critical moment where you're supposed to assess something. So when you're about to go on Death Prophet, looking at the creep wave, just a glance is that moment. It's like when you're walking away from a creep wave and you have nothing to farm, that's a creep, a lane creep, then these are the moments that we want to consider the pull camps. Like, so what I do here is I think no lane creep this is my exact train of thought. No lane creep to farm. What's the timer? What's the pull camp situation? Oh shit, I got 5 seconds to make it to that small camp. Like, that's my thought. If it was like 2:18 right now, then I would just farm this probably.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Then it would be too late for the small camp.
Exactly. So that's one of those things where, you know, maybe if it's my first time doing this, like say I'm a newer player and I'm told to practice this, maybe I see 2:18 and I'm like, I'm going to blink over to the small camp. I might make it. And then I don't make it. And then I learn it's like 2:15, 2:16 that I can do that. You know what I mean? So you start to develop interpretations of what the timer means. So yeah. Any thoughts or questions about that?
No, I think the biggest issue is I didn't look at the timer at that time.
Yeah, I think a lot of times it's just getting people to check the timer with intention. Interesting. So that's a play that I would have not made. So I find it. I mean, it did work. So that's great. Let's see. Okay. So the issue with this situation... Okay, you know what? I'm curious. Do you have any idea why you think these kills went badly? Like, this situation turns out badly?
Is it because there's like too many creeps?
Yeah! So, what you've now learned in 2 different examples is that what decides if we go is creep equilibrium.
Yeah, should have fixed the lane before.
So if I see 4 and 4, I'm gonna hit the shit out of these if I want to be aggressive. You know what I mean? I'm gonna hit. I'm not denying, right? I'm not denying. Hit. If I want to be aggressive, that's how I'm thinking. So these are all things that can be foreseen based on the creep equilibrium. So your aggressive instinct is fantastic. If we can get you, because I think you knowing, even though you're this HP, that you're level 3, Death Prophet's level 2, you can burn his mana, Bounty Hunter's dead. Like, you see an opportunity. So that's really good that you see the opportunity. If we can just get you checking these criteria, these parameters that make this optimal, then you'll be lethal. You know what I mean? Like, that's just going to be a sick combo. Do you have any thoughts or questions about this?
No, I think I get it. I honestly didn't see the creeps behind Lich as well.
Yeah.
It's like to the side, I don't know.
So just mechanically, just to shortcut it a little bit, the second that you see this now, like, okay, maybe we didn't see what happened to Lich, but we now see 5 creeps. If I see this, I aggro them into tower ASAP on any hero that can't push the wave. It's absolutely essential that you aggro them into tower right now, so that they don't stay outside of tower on the majority of creeps. And now, like, what happens is you want those 4 creeps to go into tower before the other 5 get here, and then that allows you to kill them off so that the time that they can theoretically dive you or walk under your tower is far less. Think about every moment that these are within tower range as times that bounty can hit you. Like, think about that. That's how I look at it. He's going to walk back in. Same with Death Prophet. And you're like, oh, I got to fight back. For me, I would have probably backed off, but I see your instinct to fight back there. So suddenly this lane kind of just turned on its head. You went from level 3 to level 2 of Death Prophet to level 3 to level 4, and you missed like 7 creeps. So that really sucks. Like, okay, you're just like, fuck it, let's go again. I like it. I don't actually mind it because you like, it's one of those, there's no lane equilibrium problem that's getting in the way there, so it works out really nicely. Okay, this is another moment where I would want you to pull aggro into tower right now.
Okay.
You see the same idea?
Yeah, it's okay. Yeah.
Do not allow this in pending doom, because it's not that they're gonna guarantee dive you, But every moment that these creeps are there is a moment where the Death Prophet can hit you. It's a moment where they can go on your Lich and the creeps aren't dead yet. So then you don't want to help him because you want to get creeps. I just consider having creeps under my tower a liability. Like in these type of situations, I see pressure because I see a catapult. I see 4 creeps coming into me. This is usually the correct response to your support pulling. And at this stage in the lane, which is like 4 or 5 minutes, we don't necessarily care about lane equilibrium that much because we can probably protect the pull at 6 minutes and fix it then. So like what's going to happen is if you pull this in a tower, it'll probably rubber band a little bit. Then you're going to like go get the Lotus and then go get the pull at 6:15 and it's like all good. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get it.
Any questions?
No.
Interesting. What are your thoughts on pulling this compared to farming it?
Yeah. I should have blinked and pulled it instead.
Okay. I don't know much else to say. The biggest part about this is when you pull it, this lane comes back to here. But instead the lane's going to be like up here.
I probably have died because of that.
Yep. You've probably died numerous times because of this. I honestly think that... So I have like a general criteria for if people understand a mechanic or a hero. Like I'll usually have like one indicator. So when I play Slark, I can watch a Slark player and know that if they've played a lot of Slark based on the patience of using their pounce. If they just pounce you immediately, then I know they haven't played very much Slark. Right? I know that carry players are elite laners when they pull the small camp like 3 times a game. Like, that's how I define, like, I'm like, yeah, that guy knows how to, like, when I'm off laner and the carry does that shit, I'm like, fuck, man, did he really pull? And then I'm like, instead of laning up here, I'm laning back here, you know? As an off laner, and I'm not happy about that. Yep. Imagine if that engagement was potentially here under a tower. You can blink to safety. Unfortunate, though. It's always important to see what happens when decisions are made. But none of this is the end of the world. Since you're in a pretty decent matchup, okay, yeah, you got a little... This is what's so interesting. What I hope you are learning is lane here bad, lane here good.
Yeah.
So, what's the problem here? Is you are denying creeps and doing things that keep you here longer. I want you to think, how can I spend as little time as possible here? So you would do maybe what you did with the pull since you weren't missing anything, and then you would walk up to this range creep, kill it immediately, walk back and kill these as fast as possible, not spending time denying a single creep, and then you would blink away.
Okay, so I push my creeps under that tower and like wait for the next wave. Or
you go pull small camp.
Yeah. Oh, okay. That makes perfect sense.
The idea that I'm trying to train people with is that I am showing you that every negative trade you have taken, it is worse the further you go forward. Like, they've all been like, there's not been any bad trades here except for when there were 9 creeps under tower, which is like something we've already discussed. But other than that, it's here and like here. So how can we minimize the time there? How can we get the lane here? And also spend as little time interacting with them when the lane is bad, which is what we're doing here. The lane is in a spot we don't want, and we're interacting with them. That is the problem. We are interacting with them. You see this? Like, we don't want to interact with them. Just kill the creeps immediately and blink away. Like, you don't even need to see this to do that. You know what I mean? That's what my goal would be. My goal would be in the long run, you wouldn't need to see this play out. You'd just be like, oh yeah, this is a bad spot for this lane. I'm going to back off. 90% of lanes... This is the dynamic, I would say. The degree to which it is bad is not black and white. It's like maybe you take 300 damage in some lanes, and maybe you take 600 in others. Maybe you die in others. You know what I mean? But the concept I've noticed reigns true in like almost every lane. Do you have questions or thoughts?
No, I think it's just just like you said. I should have like killed the creep and went back. I lost some HP because of that, and not necessary.
Yeah. I just look at it as optimal interaction is how I look at this. Like times that I want to trade with them and times that I don't. So this is great because Death Prophet's dead right now, so they're like staggering their deaths. Like that's different, even though the lane's forward. But then Bounty Hunter's going to be alive in 3 seconds, so I would kill these creeps as fast as humanly possible, kill the catapult, and I'm leaving. Actually, yeah, okay, I would probably kill this too, yeah, based on what I'm seeing. And then I would go for that pull. Yeah, wow, Lich did a good job with that. Okay.
Yeah, Lich was a good player.
Yeah, that pull actually got that guy killed, so that was really nice. Yeah, you just don't stop with this. You're like 550 gold off Battle Fury, and you're like, fuck it.
SF was angry here because of Blink. Oh.
I mean, you definitely needed to blink away. That Prophet had ulti on and killed you. Took half your HP in 1 second, so definitely needed to blink away. Okay. So you had a question about this moment in the game when everyone shows up in your lane?
Yeah, like everyone came and they stuck on my lane, and then the life stealer was like free farming top.
So this is the moment, or is it earlier that this started for you? Like in your mind, is this the moment? Because it was when Sand King came here, perhaps.
It kind of started here. Now
it started like right here, right? Necro came to your lane. Sand King came down here. You guys did a double
I'm
kill.
not sure if I should have stayed or contested Lifestealer on his lane.
I mean, how do you feel about anti-mage contesting heroes at this stage of the game? Is that something the hero does well?
No, I would have probably lost the exchange.
Okay, so what's the question then?
I don't know. Like staying here made me like lose some time. I completed Fury like minute 12, but after that I got my items like normally. Like Yasha, I think I completed in minute 16. I should have gotten it like 14.
Okay, so I encourage you. This is just a lesson for me. I encourage you to if it deems valuable for you. I think the word should is incredibly toxic.
Oh, okay.
I try really hard to not use the word should, especially when I talk to myself. I don't think it helps because it puts emphasis on something that I should have done rather than allowing me to, in my opinion, critically think about what did happen. So, like, I feel like I've already judged that there's something better than what I could have done, so then I stop thinking about what I did, and I just think about the thing I should have done. Do you see how that kind of redirects your attention in a way that I don't think is helpful? Do you see that?
Yeah.
Okay. So it's just a thought. You've used it a lot. That's why I stopped in and said, I think you've used the word should maybe 8 or 9 times this session. Almost every time that I've told you something, you've responded with, I should have done this. So, or I should have had my Yasha at 14 instead of 16. I wanted to highlight that real quick. So what I look at is the same as when you blinked on the guy in the laning phase. At what moment are you no longer optimally farming in this lane? That's just what I want to look at. I just want to go through this and I'd say, well, you got 2 kills and now you're hitting creeps. So that's fine. We're good right now, right? Like, you're still farming. That's fine.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're just going to watch. Like, where's the moment where we're no longer optimally farming? Still hitting creeps. Okay. Oh, you want to go on this guy? Sure. I probably would have TP'd mid here, to be honest.
Oh. Mid is empty.
But now that you're here, I'd say, okay, well, we're here and there's an engagement. At this point, I would have just decided, like, oh, I'm not farming anymore. Do I want to fight or not? And this guy's ulted. And I would probably just call back here. Because this guy's ulted, and I see an open lane. That's how I look at it. So once SF TPs, though, it gets a bit awkward. Because now your team's kind of just committed. So unless you, in this moment, say, get out, Death Prophet ultied, and TP mid, unless you do that, you're probably stuck here. Given the fact that SF TPs. Now, I do think that then you have to ask yourself, did I even have to go on this bounty hunter? Like, at what, couldn't I have just left now? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Mid looks like a good plan.
The whole idea is I'm wanting, rather than thinking what I should have done, I'm encouraging you to look at the lane and just think of moments where you could have left. You could have left. Like, after all is said and done, SF's going to go kill Death Prophet. You could have just walked away right now, right? You could have.
Yeah, I could have left.
So the goal here is that I feel like coming into the conversation, you said that a bunch of people came to your lane and that you felt stuck in this situation and like you didn't know what to do. So I'm just rehashing for the sake of clarity and also for people watching. It's, if we say what we should have done, what we don't do is look back through it and think of all the times we could have left and all of the times that all the places that we could have gone. So that for me is the objectively optimal way to assess this situation, because there's no judgment. It's just, I could have left here. I could have gone there. So like, say mid lane's taken right now. Say like top lane is up here and Sand King is right here killing this wave. Suddenly your option is to go on this bounty hunter or to go jungle somewhere. You know what I mean? Like, those are your two options, which you don't have Battle Fury. That doesn't feel that great. In that case, then you maybe could even blink away, TP base, pick up your Battle Fury, and go here. That's something
true. That would have been better.
That's something you could do. You know, these are just options, right? And so the point is that what we now see is could-haves. You could have gone mid. You could have blinked away, TP'd home, picked up your Battle Fury, specific to the fact that your courier's dead, right? Specific to that fact. It's only 27 seconds, but you don't really mind going to base on a hero that's mobile. Like, you get out of base really quickly. So, and then we look at what you decided to do, which is blink on a support somewhat near their tower. And that led to one of their other guys TPing in and getting you killed. So what we're trying to assess is not what you should have done, but what you did do and what your other options were, and is there something you would have preferred in the future? So out of all these options, I think mid lane was decent, and I think TPing home was decent. Would you agree those feel like something decent options to consider here?
Yeah, I would agree. Both of them would be good.
Awesome.
Fury and jungle or mid.
Yeah, absolutely. And there's going to be a lot of hyper-specific things. Personally, now that I've had 30 seconds to break it down in this moment, I probably would have TP'd base to get my Battle Fury, simply because my courier's dead, and like I can probably make it to this big camp around the minute mark. Like, if I'm just looking at the exact timer and I'm playing like perfectly efficient. This isn't something I would expect you to like calculate in the game or whatever, but since we're breaking it down, you know, that's how I'm thinking. Do you see what I'm going for? It's not that that's right and anything else you do is wrong. That's just what I think I would have done with infinite amount of time to process this situation. So, you know, the goal of it that I love about replay analysis, reviewing my own games, thinking about moments, this is something that I never did historically, and I'm really getting the habit of doing it now. I think it's heavily responsible for me winning a lot of my games, is I've had these moments that I'm really frustrated and I didn't understand what happened, and I just go fucking watch them, and I do this. I'm like, okay, what did I do? What could I have done? And a lot of times it takes me searching for answers, you know? It's not like the only reason I'm giving you all the answers here, in terms of like, it feels easy for me to talk about all the other options, is because I've done this a bunch of times. You know, it's like, you'll start noticing like, oh, small camp looks enticing in like 60% of these examples in the lane. You know what I mean? You'll start noticing like, oh, I could have gone small camp. Oh, I could have gone small camp. Oh, I could have gone small camp. And then you learn, I gotta fucking use the small camp. Like that's what you learn. So what happen is you go into the next game and you end up in this spot where you can't lane right now, and you're like, what do I do? And then you're like, small camp, and then you go to the small camp, like in the game,
Yeah.
Does all of this make sense? Do you feel comfortable moving on?
Yeah, it does make sense.
Awesome.
The blink here doesn't make sense.
I mean, yeah. I mean, based on the way you played the lane, I would be surprised if you didn't blink.
Yeah, it was super aggressive.
So this is the interesting part: is I ask, why do you TP base, or why do you TP bottom right now?
Honestly, I don't think I thought about it.
What generally goes through your head for these 25 seconds that you're dead?
I was probably thinking about. Oh, okay. I was probably thinking that they died, the enemies died, and then I should. No, not should.
There you go.
TP on lane. I TP on lane and like take my lane back.
Okay. Would you agree if I said it's relatively preposterous for anyone to say my lane at 13 minutes?
Yeah, it's best like laning stage. I even have Fury. I could go anywhere.
What does the idea of my lane mean? You know what I mean? Like when you use that word my lane. I think it's really interesting because it's something I hear carry players do. Sometimes mid laners do it too. So like they'll say like, why are you in my lane? And it's like 12 minutes into the game. And I'm like, sorry, bro. I didn't realize like you fucking bought a mortgage for this bottom half of the map. Yeah. Like, my bad. So my thought is that the odds are that if you say my lane at 13 minutes, then your view of the map is not objective. Like, what I mean is that not every lane is weighed equally for you to consider going to. From my perspective, not a should have, but a completely reasonable could have, is that SF has no TP for 45 seconds, and there's no mid lane here, or there's nobody here.
Yeah, I could have TP'd mid.
And the biggest thing about this is, let's look at your player perspective. Where are you busy looking? Please use your own words.
I am. I'm looking at the creeps. It's like I'm hungry or something. I don't know.
No. Use the words that you just used that I called you out on a minute ago.
Like should.
You're looking at my lane.
My lane. Yeah, they were trespassing.
I really believe that you using the word my lane is why you're not looking here.
That's true. That's
so funny, right? Like, what do you mean? It's hilarious when you call it out. Like, I haven't heard it in a while. But like, if you just had the game of Dota rather than my lane, you would have been like, you would have looked here at least. You know what I mean? Like, the problem is you didn't even look. Because you're just
like so super focused on my lane.
Yes. So I could even take a sticky note that like, laning stage ends at like 8 minutes. It's free for all. Like lanes are a fluid concept past 8 minutes. I mean, the thing is, in competitive Dota, that fluid concept starts as early as 1 minute sometimes. Like, we've seen, like, lane musical chairs. We've seen, like, all types of crazy shit in competitive Dota. But I'd say, like, so it's not like it's strictly set for 8 minutes. But, like, an arbitrary number, I would say, is 8 minutes. Like, this is, like, a pretty good gauge of when a lot of heroes don't mind laning other places or jungling or whatever. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. So I think the fact that you TP here is hilarious. Because there's 2 heroes here. You don't want to farm near your team. I think you want to be by yourself. Hitting some creeps. And now we're going to go lane instead of... I think I would like to imagine how many creeps you could have had if you TP'd here and then like farmed this and then this and then this and then this and then... You know what I'm saying?
That would have been way more efficient.
Yeah, there was a lot of creeps there.
And I will probably die here even.
The biggest
It's
part,
super risky.
I think the biggest takeaway from this is that I think if I were to ask any player that's playing Anti-mage and he has just a Battle Fury, and I asked him the question, would you like to be near your team or away from your team? What would your answer be?
Usually, I would say away.
Yeah, because
After I have
you
my
want to
lights
be
up.
a solo farmer right now, right? Like if I'm a Sven with a Mask of Madness, I don't want to go TP to my supports, right? It's like if
Yeah.
I'm a Luna, I don't want to go TP to my supports. Maybe if I have like Eclipse, but the idea is that if I ask you what I believe to be universal question, meaning like if I were to play 100 games of Anti-mage and I ask my Anti-mage if he has Tread's Battle Fury, would he like to be near his teammates? In an ideal world, 100 times out of 100, he would like to not be near his team. So then we have to ask ourselves, why the hell is somebody who's played a lot of Anti-mage, who seems to have a really heavy focus on their item timings about the Yasha, is TPing to his supports at minute 13, right? And like I said earlier, I believe it's because you use the term my lane. Like,
Yeah, super focus on
yeah,
the bottom
you
lane.
are super hyper fixated on one lane. So I think that this type of problem can get fixed almost instantly. Like, I actually think, within 5 to 10 games, this could be transformative. Like, you just, every time you thinking my lane, you just catch yourself. You're like, I'm doing the my lane thing, just like you did with the should thing. Oh, I'm doing the my lane thing.
Yeah.
And then what that can trigger is, for me, when I say should, I like to change it to could. Like, I could have done this as another alternative. When I use words like my lane, I mean, I don't use that, but I would think, okay, well, that's preventing me from looking at other lanes. So what I would like to do is when I hear myself say the word my lane, I would like to move my camera to the other lanes. Like, that is the practical thing I would like to do in response to that. Does that make sense? Does that sound good, I guess, as like a strategy to accomplish this?
Yeah. Yeah, it does.
Okay, awesome. Okay, so where do we go from here? Okay. So then we can ask ourselves, because, as carry players, we're going to end up in the wrong place on the wrong side of the map sometimes. So you have a Witch Doctor does this. You see everybody's missing. What would you like to do right now? What could you do right now?
I could have ran away to somewhere like mid, maybe, or just farm jungle.
You could just go this way, right?
Yeah, I could have farmed like safe camps.
Yeah, instead we try to take the one that's contested, then we stay in lane, we smoke up, trying to reach around. Like, what the hell are you doing?
I don't know.
So, I'm just gonna make the guess that this all boils down to what the fuck are these people doing in my lane?
Yeah, I don't know.
That's my guess.
I no longer my lane.
It's no longer your
Our
lane,
lane.
right? It's like, I
Yeah.
see 3 enemy heroes here, and I don't want to be near my team. I'm just gonna go left. Like, I'm right here. I'm just gonna go this way. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like
Yeah.
this is like your house, your territory, and you're trying to be like, get out! Rather than... So the thing is that there are heroes that are territorial in nature, meaning like the way that they play, it's like they have to control areas. Like a hero like Venomancer is a good example. It's like, I sit in one area, place a bunch of wards, and if you fight into me, you die, but I'm not very good at invading you. It's like the same idea as like a hero like Beastmaster. Like, it's really hard to walk into a Beastmaster. He's got his Helm Dom creep, he's got his boars that are going to hit you, he's got the Hawk that's going to root you. These are like territorial heroes, right? But then there's also heroes that when the opponent takes over an important part of the map, they go fuck them. These are heroes like Mars, Earthshaker, Sand King, carries maybe like, Sven with a blink or Faceless Void or something. But when you have heroes like Anti-mage, their way of playing, in my opinion, is, oh, you want that area? I'll go take the rest. Because I'm just going to go blink somewhere else. Do you see what I mean?
Yeah, I see.
Yeah, so like the way we approach controlling areas on the map is very important to like how our hero interacts. Do we invade? Do we split them up? Do we It's like, do we directly tell them to get out of there? The way that Anti-mage makes people get out of here is by pushing this lane in and farming up here, and the opponent's like, we have to go gank the Anti-mage. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and then the split, and then my team can
Yes,
fight better.
yes. So the way that you get them out of an area on split pushers is to split. You don't get them out of that area by fighting them there. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
So even if your motivation, and it's correct, let's not say right or wrong, but even if your motivation is to get them out of bottom lane, the way that you would do that is go push other lanes. Do you see?
I see it. I see it now.
Yeah. So you see a problem. Like, the thing is, I think it's nice to be down here. There's nothing wrong, meaning in general, if we don't know where the opponent is, all things are created equal in the game. I think it's nice to be on this part of the map as a carry right now. It just feels good overall. You get the ancient camp down here. You got the lane. You got these two camps if you're feeling safe. It's a nice area. It's pretty efficient. It's not like you have to TP to the triangle anymore to get max efficiency. But so if we really like this area, we can learn much more effective tactics for getting them out of there. And yeah, as simple as just go push other waves. Thoughts, questions?
No, I think the issue is mostly is I was afraid of my teammates blaming me if they lost a fight for me not being there.
That's fair. How do you generally feel when you think about that?
I'm always afraid of some a teammate throwing because if they think they're right and then they just the whole game they're gonna be pinging me every time I die. They just I don't want that. But
when something wrong happens, I'm going to interrupt you for a second. When something wrong happens, do you believe that there is somebody that is correct and somebody that is wrong?
I don't think so. I think it's perspective.
Okay. So you agree
I
that
could be wrong sometimes.
You agree that most conflicts, don't let me put words in your mouth, so don't agree with me if you don't agree. You agree that most conflicts or miscommunications or disagreements, that both sides have some sort of contribution to it?
For sure, yeah.
Okay. So why I'm drawing attention to that is because the words you were using with me were, they think they're right. You're talking about them being right and you being wrong in this case. Maybe that's their perspective that you're worried about. But then we ask ourselves, well, do we view it that way? Do we view that one of us is wrong and one of us is right? And it sounds like you don't. So what I'm thinking is, trust me, it's really hard to. I think what you're talking about is a very common thing. I've dealt with it for a very long time. I'm still dealing with it. But I'm here trying to theory craft with you the way that your inner narrative is going on when you are concerned about your teammates being upset with you. Right? That's kind of what I'm trying to discuss with you right now, is that inner narrative that's happening. So that inner narrative is they think they're right. They're going to ping me all game and all that. So I've got a question for you. If you were in real life with somebody and they were having an argument with you and they were insistent upon you being wrong and them being right, what would you like to do about it?
Usually, how I deal with it, I just stop arguing.
Perfect. So what's the equivalent of that in a Dota game?
Mute, yeah.
So it's not that I want to be the guy that says mute. I don't want to be the guy that says all the problems are solved by muting. I don't believe that. I don't believe that you should just all mute everybody. I don't think you should just snap mute everybody. But I believe muting is a really good first step to honing your filter of people that are healthy for you to engage with. Right? It's right now, by you effectively engaging with these people, I don't want to say these people, effectively engaging with your teammates in this situation, it is causing you to make decisions that I think you're saying you wouldn't otherwise make. You don't think these decisions are correct. Right? You're effectively making these decisions because of the concern of your teammates and how they view you, right? That's why you're making these decisions. Am I correct?
That's mostly it, yeah.
Okay. So it's not that I'm trying to say just mute everybody, fuck them, and solo carry the game. What I'm trying to draw attention to is what's driving your decision is your concern of your teammates. And I'm trying to redirect you to when you're deciding to go to a team fight, what would we like it to be? Like, what would we like your reasoning for going to a team fight to be? Hopefully, because you think it's optimal. Like,
Free kills.
I think it's good kills for me. I'll get some cleanup, whatever. Like, you think that it's good for your hero and the game for you to do this. And that's why you're going there. Like, that's why I would like to think, that's what I would like to think would be the driving force behind your decision. Now, so the whole emphasis about this is that when I say mute, that's one strategy. That's one strategy. You don't have to do that. The point is that we want your reason to go to this team fight to not be because I'm concerned about my teammates and what they think about me. And so whatever strategy can help you accomplish that is what I'm trying to help you work towards. Is there any other strategy that you can think of, or does mute sound the best to you, or anything else? Like, basically open session here. Do you feel like there's anything else that might resonate a bit better?
I don't know. I've had all socials muted for like over a year. I just removed it like 3 weeks ago. And I am trying to like take it in as much as possible,
Difficult.
but it's really difficult. Like the constant pinging, the like GG go and pinging me when I'm dead.
Absolutely.
It's super annoying. So I think I should only mute the people that are like really toxic and nothing is coming out of them.
So
I'm not thinking about anything else than mute.
yeah, what I'm finding really interesting is that what I've learned in the last, this is like, so for me, I haven't really fully overcome this at all, but I feel like I've made meaningful strides in the last like 6 months or so, and I can totally relate to everything you just said. At some point, you like lift the veil. You're like, I didn't want to look what's underneath the hood, and now I lift the veil, and people are pinging me and raging at me. And what I noticed was that it took me like a few months of basically honing my mute button. Like, that was my first step. And also recognizing that it takes me a lot of mental energy, emotional energy to consciously choose to mute people. So then I think it's also absolutely essential for someone like yourself that if you just lifted the veil, that it's okay to just mute all socials and play some games sometimes. Like, it's okay if you don't have the mental and emotional energy to filter people out right now. You know what I mean? It's like, I want you to basically ask yourself going into the day, I encourage you to go into your day and say, do I have the mental and emotional energy to get flamed and consciously choose to mute that guy? Do I have that? And if, like, there's days where I realize I can't take it, man, I will instantly start playing badly if I get flamed. Because I'm, like, really tired that day. I had a really stressful, whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I guess what I'm trying to say is I hope you don't feel like you have to never mute people again. I think it's a tool that can be used if you feel like you need it. Okay? And that's my way of, if you feel like you have to unmute everybody and work through it, in my opinion, it makes you bitter towards the process of working through it. And then it actually is more likely to lead to you giving up rather than eventually getting it done. I did that. Basically, I was like, I should be strong enough, using the word should. I should be strong enough to just fucking hear this flame and mute them. And then I'll play bad for the rest of the day. Like, that's like, yeah. And instead I found if I'm just like, hey man, today's been a rough day, I'm just going to mute everybody. It's fine. Like, but I would like to come back tomorrow or another day and give people a chance. Like, you can actually, I'm not saying you should do this, but you can actually look through my streams like a few months ago and I was saying stuff like that. So I think you can do something like that. And then what's interesting to me now is the only time I actually mute people anymore is when they are consistently disruptive. Like consistently. Like the guy just won't shut up. And I can't stop thinking about whatever they're saying and I can't focus on my game. But when somebody says something blatantly toxic to me, what I've often started doing is I'll mute them for a second so I don't keep hearing them if they keep going. I'll mute them for a second. I'll think about what they said. And then I'll usually unmute them like 5 minutes later. Because I'm able to then be like, okay, that guy was probably upset that we lost the team fight. He didn't really vent in a very positive way. I'm going to unmute him now. But that's like 6 months from me starting this. You know what I'm saying? So my point is it's a process. You're very early on. I'm personally proud of you for, like, I commend you for willingly unlifting the veil and seeing what's underneath. I think that's an unpleasant thing to do, and it's admirable. I think that's awesome. I think a lot of people would benefit, the community would benefit if everyone was trying this process. So that's awesome. And I guess I just like discussing this because when I hear you're down here for reasons that you're afraid of your teammates, that just for me would sour my experience of this game. And it did sour the experience of this game for so long. Like, I'm just like, man, it's not very fun to worry about what my teammates think. Like, that makes me so tired and anxious and fearful and all that stuff. So I'd love to talk about this kind of stuff. So, if you ever come back to class with these type of questions, like, hey, I went to this team fight because I felt pressured, I'd like to talk about it. I think anytime that you can get rid of the word should and replace it with could, and anytime that you are doing something for reasons of your teammates' judgment, basically, ask yourself, what would I like the reason to be? That's for me the practical way to apply this stuff. In your own way, of course. But do you have any thoughts, questions? We are about done here in terms of time.
No, I think that's all.
Awesome,
I'm gonna focus on like the points of the session. I'm gonna implement them in my games. Hopefully.
I believe that, man. Awesome. Cool, man. I'll see you around the community and I'll see you around the stream and stuff. Have a good one.
Yeah, for sure. Thank you so much, bro.
Yeah, no problem. Peace.
Bye.